I would take you through yesterday, the 3rd of June, just while having a bit of a chat about mental health, to be honest with you. So I take medication for my anxiety, and I had not realised I had run out, and I had not been taking it for about 3 days. Anyway, today came to a head where I've started taking it, and it's done quite the opposite. I've been very grouchy, very sleepy. So here is your, incentive. Everybody has a bad day. I spent yesterday feeling as sick as a dog, but I still made the day the best I could for these little boys. And actually it was quite fun. Obviously you had to stop at the Co-op, well, I'm not sponsored, just saying, and pick up my rocket fuel, which would be Red Bull. We also went for a nice long dog walk, just to kind of clear the air. What are you doing, Lucas? This is Pepsi in the back of the car. I love the way she sits in between the boys. My fat dog just sits on the floor. We went for a nice long walk up at the Gogs. It was very nice. The boys were very well behaved all of yesterday. Same can't be said about my own children. They were a bit naughty yesterday. I mean, at one point having a parent knock on my door and say, "Oh, your daughter's doing so and so," and I was like, "Oh my God, no!" I was so embarrassed. But that's kids though, isn't it? You know, you can't win. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, but we're doing it, and that's the main thing. We had a lot of fun on our little dog walk yesterday. It was nice just to get the boys out and stretch their legs. Mine have now gone back to school. They went back to school on Monday. Evie has her first ever swimming lesson today, which is nice. I have my nephew because it's Tuesday, so I always have Lucas on a Tuesday morning, which is very lovely. Anyway, going back to yesterday, like I say, I didn't realise my mental health was in the gutter, but it was, and it actually made me feel physically sick. I don't know if anybody else has experienced this, but I wasn't feeling it. So I had to apologise to Leon on the way home. I said, I'm just not feeling it. Not normal like me. But yeah, so the tablets have started kicking in a bit this morning, which I am grateful for, to be honest. So I'm sorry for coming on here and having a bit of a ramble. I just wanted to make everybody aware that not everything you see online is quite as is. I struggle a lot with mental health, and you don't see that. You don't see my physical struggles on here, because I don't allow you to, because it's not every day that this happens. Ball! So yeah, this is us walking through the Gogs. I think we were walking for a good half hour, I have to say, and we only did the short bit. But this did the world for my little head. If I'd have come home and just sat on my bum, I probably have felt worse, to be honest with you. This morning, not been great. The kids have tested me. But it is what it is. When you choose to become a parent, you choose the stress of getting them to do what they need to do. And just genuinely getting them up and getting them dressed in the morning has to be the hardest part of my bloody day, because they are not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. When you wake up in the morning, you're not in the mood. So it just puts a bad start to the day, to be honest with you. And that's not fair on them, because it's just me. So whatever happens to me mentally, obviously affects them, because I am obviously a single parent. I'm not single though, but a single parent Monday to Friday, which is absolutely fine. The problem is last week was half term, and I think the children just had got very bored, and the weather was crap. So it's not like they could even really go out much, but they were out every time they could be. And I appreciate that about my children. If they can be out and about, they want to be out and about. They've got so many friends in our little village, that I hope they never struggle, with anything. Obviously, mental health happens to the best of us. I have anxiety, and slight depression, not so much anymore. It was quite severe at one point, so just know that the smiles you see behind the camera aren't necessarily how I feel deep down inside. and that's life. We saw some sheep. Lucas was going bare, and I just thought it was hilarious. They just kept looking at us. He's got Bluey on in the background. Yay! Because I had my niece last Thursday. She came over and she was watching Bluey. It seems to have saved to my YouTube. So he sat watching Bluey with his bag on for some reason, throwing a ball, which is nice. But yeah, feeling a lot better today, in a bit of a better headspace. So everybody's had a good day. We had to pop into Tesco's because Leon needed some bits for lunch. And at this point, bless him, Jacob got very, very Lucas. Very, very upset. But he took his shoes and his socks off, so we just assumed he wanted to stay in the car. Leon was only running in and then running back out again. Now, I will mention that he is suspected autistic, actually quite severe, to be honest with you. And he finds things like this very difficult. He's regulating his emotions. Honestly, it's not just adults that struggle. But what we did is Leon then drove him all the way around this building site so we could look at all the dumpers and the diggers, and we could just cheer him up. I mean, it was quite heartbreaking to watch, to be honest. But yeah, so mental health happens to the best of us, and I hope you are all well and take good care, and I am here if anybody ever just needs to chat. All you have to do is drop me a message. Love you all.